first slogan for my company for AfricaCentric was, "You don't need eyes to see, you need vision." That was, and my friends used to take the piss out of me all the time. On my website, it would be like,
always used to have this inkling, maybe not for music, but just for talent, representation, and management.
because it was just like, it was like,
okay,
sorted.
I'm ready for Fingo.
All right. Sawa. All right. Should we introduce you?
Let's.
Who are you?
Who am I? My name is Juliet. People call me Jules. My friends call me Jules. You call me Jules.
Jullz.
Yes. People like to spell that as Jules, Jules, but just Jullz.
Get it right. Jullz.
And your co-founder at ACE.
Yes.
Essentially.
What? Couldn't have it better. So we've got a couple of questions for you over here.
I think so. Let's go.
Let's tweak it. Let's take a deep dive on Jullz.
This is interesting because then I'm telling you about our own company that we founded.
Maybe we need to remind ourselves why we did this so we can
5 years ago.
So we can get through this.
We're turning 5 in July, actually. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just it's a couple of years younger than Kenzo. That's true.
Yeah.
That's how I look at life, clearly, apparently, these days. But that's fun. Okay, well, the first question, what inspired you to pursue a career in the music and entertainment industry? And was there a particular moment or influence that set you on that path? And I wonder sometimes, what was it?
The answer to that might be Marek, actually, but prior to...
No, but even prior to that, I'm wondering,
prior to that, because I always used to have this inkling, maybe not for music, but just for talent, representation, and management. When I was in university, I used to manage 2 of my friends, and they were models.
What? I never knew that.
Imagine.
Really?
And that's how I met Georgie, actually. Because my friends were models, and he had a fashion house, yada yada. So I was kind of the manager to these 2 model-like ladies.
At Strathmore?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But they weren't in Strath.
Okay.
That's when I kind of got tuned into this talent management angle. I was like, it's cool to be the thing behind the person that people see.
Okay.
And I think that happens even now because I prefer to be more in the background than camera facing, although clearly changing.
We have to come out of the shadows once in a while.
Then events as well is something I used to feel like could be for me because I like organizing things and I like bringing people together.
Because you studied what?
Marketing.
Marketing,
and business.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Strathmore.
Marketing and business.
Yeah, so I like bringing people together. My friends, I'm always till now the one who brings them together. So when then the opportunity presented itself, I said, you know what? Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there must have been that. Okay, I actually, that's funny. I didn't know that all that background because it's similar for all of us, I guess.
Yeah.
We had to dabble in it a little bit.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
But it helped being from a marketing background as well.
Okay.
I tried doing accounting one time. Did I ever tell you?
You tried accounting?
Yeah. And then I failed. I failed all my papers and never looked back.
Balancing things at the bottom, I don't even prefer things to be balanced, I guess. So I don't think we can in this business because if we wanted to, we would be disappointed most of the time, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very hard.
And then, so that made it easy then when we met.
It did. I think that because it was bubbling under. Because
were you excited for that meeting? Because it looked like you were really when we met in that meeting, just looked like you were
at Brand Kenya back then in the boardroom.
Yeah.
I was. And I didn't think about it then that this could be like this or I could end up working with Sauti Sola. That obviously it was never in my scope of thought. It was just that I was excited to be young within that organization and bringing the biggest brand in Kenya within that. And I always like to do things that people don't expect me to do. So I was vocal, I was loud, I was ambitious, still am, I hope. And it was exciting to be the person who actually made that happen.
No, you still are that person. And I saw that person right then and then. That's why we spoke that day.
Yeah.
And that's where it started.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
So what Marek told me actually many years ago is, if you ever get tired of this boardroom corporate life, call me.
And that was after the meeting where we met, in the first meeting that we've ever met. Yeah, that was funny. And you did call, and we did make it happen. And that's how it is. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, second question.
Yeah.
What was the driving force behind your decision to co-found AfricaCentric Entertainment after your successful stint at Sauti Sol Entertainment, where you were basically my partner in that, but COO pretty much?
Yeah. I always, when I was in high school, I remember wanting to be a lawyer, like up until Form 2 thereabout. And then I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I said, fuck being a lawyer. I want to be in business. And I didn't know what business it was going to be. And since then, and even through Strathmore, and the reason why I thought accounting was the thing is because I wanted to learn how to run a business.
Okay.
So even in university, actually, after we graduated, I never went for interviews. I was the person, I stayed at home. I used to make mandazis, go sell in offices. I knew I was going to do business. But then the opportunity came and I had to go work somewhere, which was pretty cool, and I don't regret it. So us founding ACE for me was just a way of doing what I felt from like 15, 16 years would be my path, which is in business. And I think having a partner to do that with makes it
easier for the journey. It makes it
a lot easier.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. So that's really...
So just before Sauti Sol Entertainment, you were at Brand Kenya?
Mm-hmm. And before Brand Kenya, I was in campus.
So Brand Kenya was like that. And how long were you at Brand Kenya for?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. It was a cool stint. Did marketing there, and we were responsible for creating the image of Kenya and selling that, etc. So it was pretty impactful in my career.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Sawa. So, but did you answer that question really fully?
Why?
Like why and how? I'm tempted to ask as well. Why would you trust me? Why would you trust me to choose me to be your partner to start business with me as well? Because you've got a group of very solid friends that, like, what was it at Sauti Sol? Because we worked together at Sauti Sol for 2 years, 3 years?
About 2 years.
2 years, and that was, I started then. That's when I had kids. Actually, you must have joined when Kenzo was born, no? Because
I joined at Kenzo was probably a few months old. I remember at some point we were in the office and Marek came into the office and just slept. Sat on the couch outside and just passed out. So yeah, it was at the time when Kenzo was probably a few weeks.
So exactly, so it's 2017.
A few weeks old.
So you joined 2017.
Yeah, and the why...
Because afterwards, afterwards we decided to part ways. We found a record label for the guys. We found a management company for the guys. So then I was going, and then when did we even decide that we're going to do this together?
It was on a phone call. You had gone to SA, so I gave you a call and we were chatting, and he said to me, you know what, it's been a pretty great couple of years together. How about, don't worry about it, we can always do something together. And I went home and I told my mom, and she was like, yeah. You always speak so highly about Marek, and the journey there had been quite interesting. The thing that made it easy for me is that I feel like you're a decent, fantastic human being. And also you always had our backs and had my back. And I knew if anything was to ever happen, like, you have my back. So that made it easy. I don't think I ever doubted it.
Yeah, because I remember that actually, now that you remind me, because when I was in South Africa. And yeah, it made vice versa.
WhatsApp conversation.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was.
That's cool.
And also to just make impact within the industry. I think that was, so all those things tied together, my love for business, going into it as someone who you can trust, and then making impact within a space where I had dreamed of when I was 19. As in, it just all came together to make some magic.
That's cool. Timing, right place, right time.
I know. Oh my God, I was like 24 or 27.
Imagine.
And
What?
it feels so, it was 27.
It's just Ben who told me the other day when I was telling him I'm 40, come for my birthday. He was like, what? I met you when you were 27. That's 13 years
13
ago.
years.
Well,
That's crazy.
time flies.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3.
Yeah.
Can you share an unexpected or funny behind the scenes story from your time managing operations at South Entertainment?
I think my favorite moments, to be honest, okay, my first favorite moment was the first time I saw Sauti on stage. That was absolutely special.
Yeah, that's very special.
I remember while we were in the process of parting ways, and I took my mom to a show, and she was just like, wow, this is your job. I see why you love it so
Do you remember
much.
the show? Do you remember what show that was?
It was at the museum. I don't remember
Yeah. Okay.
what the client was, but it was at the museum, one of the last couple of shows.
Treehouse. Was it called Treehouse back then?
The actual Nairobi Museum.
Yeah. Okay.
venue,
So,
but I don't remember what show it was.
okay.
Where was I going with this? Oh, but my favorite general moments were the team meetings.
Team meetings were
those are
always
fun.
entertaining.
I will not share what we used to discuss or what happened in the team meetings, but those are my favorite moments.
But if people did come to our team meeting just from the outside and then just like poke their head in and we're just stuck there for 10 minutes, they'll be like, these guys are definitely breaking up. They are definitely, because it was just like, it was like, and then they would walk out and we'd be having fun outside and having a ciggy or having a drink or because that's what it takes. It's a very passion-driven business.
Very, and the team was so passionate as well. And we'd have team meetings over food. We always used to get the best food and just talk and synergize. So those are really my best moments when you get to see the people behind the legends.
Yeah,
that was definitely my best moments.
Okay,
yeah,
solid one. What's the next question? What's been your proudest achievement at ACE so far?
You know, 2 things come to mind. Oktoba Fest 2019. That like seeing this beautiful monster that we created from literally a PowerPoint presentation to seeing thousands of people show up at Kenya's really first biggest beer festival. So that for me still strikes a chord. And I have that picture in my mind that Kush took. I think. The Kush that's picture. One of my favorite pictures. That's a good picture. Yeah, thanks, Kush. Kush is our lawyer. So that's pretty up there. But stronger, really, for me is the team we've built. I think that's really my biggest accomplishment. How we've been able to select the people who work for us. We call ourselves Navy SEALs. Somehow the stars have aligned through our wisdom, through how we select the people to have really the best team in the entertainment industry. You're stealing all my answers. Yeah. I'll ask you others. All right. But I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Like, what a pleasure coming to work every day. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're with your friends. Exactly. Really friends. Exactly. Like today I came in and I was in a really shit mood. I hadn't slept well. I was just feeling groggy, but then a 5-minute conversation with Musau and Manu and Kendi, and I was like, okay. Sorted. I'm ready for Fingo. All right. All right. What's the vision? Yeah, this is good. When we founded ACE, what was the vision you had in mind? And how has it evolved since? Yeah. Because it has evolved. It has evolved. But no, I mean, you tell me. The vision really was, how can we take all what we had learned and the successes we had seen from working with Sauti Sol and again make impact on the lives of other talent, in a space where what we do is extremely unique and offer services to talent that no one is or was even offering at that time. And then, of course, on the event side, then being able to build properties that at a magnitude that wasn't being done. What has evolved, though, maybe is I thought this talent representation side would be bigger. You know, over time, our events and festivals has grown to be a lot bigger than this part, and then this part is it's like the baby that is trying to run and catch up for a myriad of reasons. One of them being just the space we're operating as a country, but the passion still remains, I think.
All right.
Yeah, the passion still remains. I think the impact to be made on Kenyan and East African and African talent from what we do and how to impact them from a monetary perspective and help them grow their money. There's still a lot of space to do that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Talent representation, and this entertainment industry is still in its fairly early stages if you compare it to elsewhere around Africa even, but around the world for sure. All right. Next question. Can you share a time when things didn't go as planned and how you managed to turn? Yeah, this is perfectly because you're always. So can you share a time when things didn't go as planned and how you managed to turn things around?
All the time.
That's why I was like, this is a good question. We're doing it now.
Surely. That is all the time in our space.
The journey of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I just think it's entrepreneurship because it's not just in our space. You know, everybody who I talk to, I think it's a thing.
Yeah, nothing about goes to plan. In events, we say events is more crisis management than event management. The thing I have learned over time that I don't take for granted, it's not about what is happening or what you're doing, it's about who you're doing it with. And that always makes it a little bit easier to manage and to cope. So even in events, when we are handling a festival for 3 days and it's day 2 and you're just like, I'm tired. But then there are people around you who hold you down, who you can share energy with, who you can cry with, because we have cried sometimes. And you have anxiety attacks, and then you have conversation about why you're feeling anxious. So that's how I cope. That's
so
really
you're saying it's not what you're doing, but who you're doing it with.
Who you're doing it with.
I got to remember that. That's a good one. Because sometimes at these events, I just, I'm just like, what we doing? And I know who we're doing it with, but I'm like, now we need to that's a good way to look at it. I need to start implementing that too.
Because even in life, you'll get challenges and shit doesn't go how you want it to go.
Yeah.
But even in your life partner, if you have someone who will roll with the punches and they laugh, so therefore, even though, like, say you're broke, but then you still have a good time together, it's more palatable,
Yeah, that's a key thing in life.
Yeah, it's more palatable.
Agreed 100%. Next question. What's a guilty pleasure or a hobby you indulge in that might surprise people?
That might surprise people. Well, people who are watching may not know me, so maybe they won't get surprised. Guilty
There'll be some people that are watching you that know you.
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. Reality TV, like the drama, the gossip. I love it because when you come from work, it's intense, it's crazy, it's decision after decision after decision. Sometimes it's just
switch
you put
off
on your TV and it's just like, wow, a whole different world. So that helps me switch off a lot. A hobby would be Bikram yoga.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you do Bikram in that heat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's crazy hard. But for some reason, you keep going back because you want to tell yourself, I can do better, I can do better, I can do better.
Okay, somebody told me I need to try it.
Yeah, you should, for your back especially.
Doesn't it get hot? It
gets very hot.
Wow, okay.
It gets very hot.
And the social media, this reality TV stuff, and we all, on my end, I know many people who are like, nah, but then when I see Nunu or somebody watching, I'm like, I'll be talking shit first, I'll be like, stop, this is a waste of time, and then you see me like, what? What? Did you just do that?
Yeah, they're onto something. Clear.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the guilty pleasure. If you could work with any artist or entertainer, past or present, who would it be and why?
What?
Interesting.
I don't know. Artist, entertainer. Okay, Oprah obviously comes to mind, but that's just more like just talk to me more than work with. Not work with her with too much pressure, but just conversation. I think Oprah is the one person. What's your answer for that?
Yeah, she's pretty badass. My answer for this?
I don't
Artists, right?
Yeah.
So if we're focusing on artists.
Beyonce. Rihanna.
Yeah. Nothing will get much work done.
Different kind of work.
work. I don't know. I like who do I really like? But yeah, if you're looking at it from like, she's not so much talent.
Yeah.
She's not, but if I'm going in that direction, it would be definitely somebody like Sir Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Somebody like that.
Yeah.
Or Elon Musk, but he's probably annoying.
He's
yeah. So Branson is like more of a have fun, kind of enjoy, but at the same time just crazy businesses, cruises, airlines, record labels.
Yeah,
that's my guy. I think.
Get that. I get that.
That's my guy. As in a talent, represent somebody who would I love to represent. You know what? That's a difficult question, actually.
Actually,
I'll come back to it.
Who we work with that we both actually enjoy. Lot of them.
Yeah, we know both. Like, Fee's.
Yeah.
Fee's the best.
Fee's
the best. Yeah, because it's and it's important to understand why, right?
Yeah.
You don't have your favorites. I mean, we're in a business of managing talent, but if we can put a direction and it's advice, I think to somebody's doing it for genuine reasons. Even she's an artist and an entertainer. She has to think about the business side of things.
But there's something about her.
Yeah, it's just genuine, and she understands it's a process, and it's a relationship of both give and take, and it has to go both ways. And I get it. Yeah, we both thought about the same thing.
Oh, you know who actually I just thought about? Whitney Houston, because I just watched her movie on Netflix, and it's just so sad.
It's sad, but for that reason, I wouldn't, because these are people who are like. Sure, like these, like Amy Winehouse. Like I would have, but it's people who take them on the wrong path.
Yeah.
And these people use, I think similar thing happened to Whitney Houston.
It is
like
similar.
It's just people who want to indulge in destructive behavior, and then they find a partner in crime, and it's very easy to convince them to do that. But those people weren't ready for it, maybe. And it took them down to where it took them,
Yeah, but you have to wonder if maybe they had the right system around them. How different could it have? But
but it could have been really painful for the people around there as well, who just wanted to help, and then you know how it is sometimes. But Whitney Houston, interesting. I mean, okay, we're gonna have to come to these questions later, because I'm really wondering, because that's a good question. The entertainment industry can be unpredictable. How do you approach managing your personal finances to ensure stability and growth?
Trust bingo.
to come with that question.
I hope they'll. So.
And you definitely, between two of us, more fiscally responsible than I am.
It appears so. Yeah? It appears so, but not
I was
really.
hoping you were going to say, I was hoping you were going to say, not really.
No. To be honest, my money character is very fluid. So I spend it when I have it. And I will learn better. My mom always tries to teach me to do better. So I think my approach to finances is quite often, what would my mom do? Yeah, what would my mom do? Because she's done pretty well for herself. Yeah, but truly, I don't have that one cracked. I don't know.
Yeah. And the business that we're in as well, kind of like you seeming like you got to spend money to make money, and as well, hospitality is a big part of what we do.
All the time.
But what would mom do? I guess I have a similar thing, but I just asked that question and I just ignore the answer clearly.
Yeah, and then just don't do what mom would do.
But it's just good to remind yourself, what would my mom do? I'm happy for my mom, but not my journey. But it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you see AfricaCentric Entertainment in the next 5 years, and what are your hopes for its impact on the African entertainment landscape? That's a good one.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. I see our team grow a lot more and grow in terms of numbers, quality and quantity. Because what we do, you don't particularly go to school to be taught. You have to learn on the job, a lot of it. So our team is getting pretty good at entertainment business. So I see our office expanding a lot more. I see us in different countries, which we have slightly started now. I see us as the people who decades from now, people will look back and say, we have structure within the entertainment space in Kenya because Ace.
Yeah.
Because Ace tried. Or when they look back, they'll say, remember Marek and Juliet? They were onto something, you know, and this is why, because at that time we'll have a roster of talent, we'll have our festivals running across Africa, and we'll have impacted hundreds of talents, really. Yeah, I think
That's a good vision. I like that vision. You know, my first slogan for my company, for AfricaCentric, was, you don't need eyes to see, you need vision. That was, and my friends used to take the piss out of me all the time. On my website, it would be like,
you don't need eyes.
You don't need eyes to see, you just need vision. I don't know where I took that from, but all right. Last few questions. What's your favorite music? Let's do something lighter. What's your favorite music genre to relax to, and how does it differ from what you work with personally or professionally?
That's easy. I love R&B. Love old school, new school, future school, every time.
Yeah.
Oh, what might surprise people though is I love reggae too, but as number 2. But number 1 is R&B.
And the progression of R&B, I was just seeing somebody talk about it online.
Yeah.
It was really funny. How R&B was in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, and now where it is today a little bit.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's shifted quite.
But I find it so soothing, so calming. When I get home in the evening, put on a mix and just chill.
Very good.
Compared to what we do now.
To the music that you work with.
Too different. It's not too different.
Music is music, I think.
Yeah. It's not too different. I don't think so.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. What or who keeps you motivated every day to continue pushing the boundaries in the entertainment industry?
My mom. And not even in the entertainment industry, just generally in life. In life. And I've mentioned my mom a lot, but yeah. I'm a single child from a single mom. She has 99% impact.
I love you guys' relationship with your mom.
In my life. Thank you. So she has the other day she called me and she told me, Eva, I dreamt that you bought me a car. I said, Mom, keep dreaming and praying.
No, sorry, that was already, I just bought myself a new car.
So it's coming. It's coming. So yeah, it's definitely my mom and actually my grandma. Because my grandma, my shosho, I'm named absolutely after her because her name was Juliet Ngugi. She's my mom's mom. And she raised 7 kids 80% by herself. So anytime I feel anxious or nervous to go into a space, I'm like, you know what? I'm my grandmother's and my mother's child. So I'll be all right.
And there's something here in Kenya about that generation of our grandparents.
Yeah.
Because I see it a lot amongst my friends and I don't see it elsewhere where I grew up in the States or South Africa or Czech Republic. People don't oftentimes refer to their grandparents' generation as much as in Kenya. There's something about...
Yeah, we're more sentimental about our grandparents.
Somehow, that generation played a pivotal role in rearing your parents.
It did.
It feels like.
Like in our situation, I grew up with my grandma for maybe my first 4 years because my mom would go to work and we used to live with my grandma. So she raised me for a big chunk of my formative life. So I think it's similar in that way, especially when guys give birth, your mom will come and stay with you and they'll help you. So our connections to our grandparents, deep.
Okay.
Yeah, deep. Are we good?
Sawa, we're good. I think we can ask, there's one more question that if you want, is what do you want your personal legacy to be within the entertainment industry? And do we need to focus so much like, we work in entertainment, but...
just
What do you want
life.
your legacy to be?
Impact comes to mind, and I know it's like, what kind of impact? I think impact on the people who we choose to work with us. A lot of that, I think, impact, and that means the team ace and also our talent. Yeah, I think the legacy is just ACE itself. Yeah, if we're able to formulate that to be the company that we see the vision as, that will be decent enough.
We have no choice.
We have no choice.
Sawa.
We can only
We do the
up.
switch. The switcheroo.